Welcome. Welcome to Anchor's Conversation. We talk real issues, discussing life, success, and failure. Join the conversation and we together. We inspire the next generation.
Sure, Captain.
Exactly.
Hello, anchors. You realize we are not only the only anchors. Also, anchors are there. They're watching us. They are listening. They are participating in the conversations that we are having. How do you feel about it?
And most of the time, when I meet people, I realize that actually I'm a mini anchor.
The bigger anchors.
Yeah, the
out
bigger
there.
anchors. So because why I say that is mainly because I'm an anchor that people see, but the real anchor, if you look at it, is underground.
Sure.
People don't see it
Sure.
within water. So we have thank them.
I like that.
We
It's in
thank
the
them.
water.
We thank them. Yeah, we thank them because of we are standing here because of them. Otherwise, this ship wouldn't be going or sailing.
No. I like that. I like that. You know now, Captain Ben, you just remind. Sure. Salapele.
No, ke no bontsha fela gore ke tsile le wena bra bang se di mane ba practice mara so no tloga a nthoma ka di-anchor fela a seng kampotse.
I know. Welcome to it.
Yeah.
You know, Tabox, he just reminded me of a conversation. Not even a conversation, words by Jim Quick, right? Jim Quick says that if a person fights for their limitations, they get to keep it. And I mean, you think about most people, they go through life thinking with Tibona, they're not intelligent.
Thoma o ntshapela ke a ngwala. Ke a ngwala. Tswela pele, Jim Quick, ke a ngwala.
Most people they go through life thinking that they're not intelligent, but that's not the case. It's what you believe as a person. Because I mean, look at it this way: if you think you're an anchor, when you're to make boats stop, eventually you'll make boats stop. So to bring it to practicality,
We are limited by our own beliefs. Yeah.
Yeah, so we don't want people who are going to stop the ship. The ship must sail.
the ship must say
The ship must sail.
it must go. So now, if you think when you're better doing things, I mean, and if you think that when you're not excellent in understanding things, if you think when you're not a great talker, you'll grow up. You'll take that as your identity. Everything that now gets dumped onto you, you will think it's okay. It's okay. So maybe the question I can ask us here on the panel or in the conversation is, why do we take identities that we were not given initially from birth?
Wow.
Yo.
Because of beliefs.
Kgopela go bona book eo. Ke sa book eo mo pele.
O batla di-notes tsa mo-
Ha ke ba le selo, ha ke kgone go bona le mo etseng.
O nyaka ho kopisa.
Ke na o kopisa.
O dira exactly ntho e botsisa.
Ke dira exactly ntho e
Ke
botsisa.
kwa sekolong no ko.
Too
Wena o
much.
ire homework.
Ape o kopa is not a bad thing. Ko lebella, o bona le no ke a kopa.
Oh, kopa too much.
Ke a kopa. Ha no ho bala ko etsang? Okay, we can even go education. They read this. After reading it, they're going to ask you about it. That's so kopa.
Yeah, go
Go kopa.
Go check hore o e tshwere ntho ela na ba o bontsha.
Hey, not comprehension that is taking place in between.
Yes. So now to answer you, Thato, I think
Sure.
it's a mindset.
Sure, Tabox.
Yeah, it's a mindset. That is why we keep on believing on the things that we grew up believing that this is what we do. This is the way how we do things. So we were conditioned to think like that.
So for people that are actually thinking, I'm not worthy of attention, I'm not worthy of love, I'm not worthy of being in this space, Captain. What can you say to those to people like that? How can they develop? I'm sure Tabongs is saying these are the things that we've learned. These are the things that we took from someone. I think environment also factors in there, right,
Yes,
Tabongs?
yes.
How do we bring a person like that out of that circumstances?
You can't bring a person from anywhere. That's one thing I've realized. And Brabongs mentioned mindset, right? But sometimes everyone, if you go everyone, they say winning mindset, winning mentality. What mindset? But most of us, we don't know what mindset is.
Sure.
So kgopela o kopisa, no, wa bona?
Sure.
And mindset e pila-pila ke eng? So more it says mindset is a pattern of thinking. Is a pattern of thinking your mind develops over time, and the way your brain is trained to interpret or respond and act. Right. And your question in says why people continue doing that and what is it that we can do. For them is to understand what had happened in their life. What is it that they have done repeatedly in terms of, okay. So there is mind, right? Mind, as we've described in the previous podcast, which is your thoughts, your beliefs, and everything. And then there is a brain. The brain, it's a platform whereby you get to be trained by the mind in terms of how you are going to behave from now on going forward. So the behavior is the result of the things that we've been doing previously, whether in knowing or not knowing, whether intentional or not intentional. And I'll tell you, just want to prove it. So if I were to ask you, how do you come here? And Brabongs, I didn't know her Birabila, Mochis boy. Why get Mochis boy? It's because when se mo pela colonnade, Krevan. Manon de Gamara colonnade, Imilano gated. But how many times did you mo? I get every time.
You never saw it.
No, why is it kremagang? Last time we were supposed to be shooting on the other side, and I became late because bonali accident. Come miss a 10. Ne? Hex no miss a 10. Hex no miss a 10. Yeah, but Sahori, there's a lot of cars. So even if I were to turn, it took me an hour. I think with Amoba to me, but I can't get in. But I never understood how can I come, I miss a 10 on something that on a place that I continue coming on. Why? Because of Kiberisa GPS.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, Kajugar no GPS.
Yeah.
Ne?
What a street.
Get a straight. Because I eat. And I get to believe I'm on. Okay. The only thing is once I eat, if I like one of Virginia active care left.
Yeah.
Immediately I get a robot to get right.
Yeah.
I give Virginia. So without knowing or be paying attention, good look at it. Virginia Tifa, check level like I'm calling it. Because it's calling it, get like a meeting. Now, question go, how many times do we then do things over and over and over and over without knowing?
I like that.
Wabon?
Yeah.
Without even being aware or there it's a hard. Do we even sit down and spend time or what did I do, Kacheko?
Sure.
Because you do things that you don't understand.
Sure.
You do things that you don't know. We even plan our day, our lives, but at the end of the day, nothing happens on for Kamho. So you share something as a story, right? And so that to just add on this day, and in what he says, and God, I need to change.
Sure.
We had a conversation on Friday.
Yeah, Friday night.
Friday night.
Yeah.
After that call, because of yesterday, I began a lead engagement from morning, right?
Sure.
So in my head, I'm trying to prepare for tomorrow. Now in my mind, I see tomorrow. Like the way it will in the morning, we are going to have a mentorship programs, and this is how I'm going to talk to these people. These are the kids. Have you ever seen something? Engagement step by step, everything.
Sure.
Ne? And then from then there's another engagement in terms of attending this event.
Yeah.
Ne?
Yeah.
Then immediately I'm planning. Okay, these are the questions I'm going to ask. If something like this come up, what, this is how I'm going to do it. I even plan the time. So from 9 o'clock, I'm going to be there. Immediately they are going to finish around 11:30, going to drive, estimate. I plan everything. Can you believe when I got to the mentorship program, they're late. We are late. We are late mainly because of there was miscommunication and certain things.
Sure.
And those things happen is natural,
Mm.
right? And then immediately with me, because of what I've planned yesterday, I give fast because immediately change your plan, it changes everything.
Yes, even your mood,
It
everything.
changes everything because
Sure.
things are not going according to the way you want. Ne?
Mm.
But how many times do we get worried about trying to fix or live life rather than experiencing it? Because of I didn't sleep trying to think of how tomorrow will be, wanted to be in control. And if that doesn't happen, then my day is ruined. But yesterday I had the most beautiful day because of everything that I've planned never happened. Actually, the opposite that happened. We were late by 30 minutes because of certain things. And eventually, because of my timing, I had to not attend what I was supposed to attend and not participate in the mentorship program. But because of there were a lot of mentors, I could excuse myself. Why? Because I also did it. And then there are other opportunities that will come. So I'm mainly saying this thing of the mind, the brain, and the mindset is something. It's something.
I'm intrigued. You just said something that got me so intrigued, like so intrigued to say, how many times do we, in fact, we don't experience life. We want to correct life as it is. Would you say maybe, circumstances, environments that are surrounding a person, the ability to envision where you want to go, it's what's causing people not to be able to experience life as it is?
No. So and problem soon tools. So if you don't have a vision where you want to go, not a problem. Because you are not gonna create anything. And anything and everything start within the mind. The question is, what type of mindset is it? Because remember we said there's a brain and a mind combined, it's a mindset.
Sure.
Whether growth and everything. Today we are talking about the mindset.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
And a mindset, it's everything that we spoke about previously combined. Again,
Yes.
even if it's a pattern of thinking. Thinking your mind develops over time and the way your brain is trained to interpret, respond, and act. So without that, you cannot interpret, you cannot respond. So first, you said, okay, give vision. I said, this is where I want to go. And these are the things that I need to do over time. If I want to be an athlete, I want to be the best in the world. You must see it first. After seeing it, my friend, if you follow the mind problem, it's a problem. 20 years gone. I wouldn't do the same. Because when in your mind, you are living in your mind, but nothing is happening. So see what you want to see. So come, sit down and say, if I want to be a top athlete, these are the things that I need to do on day to day. This is how I need to eat. This is how I need to sleep, right? You get used to it. After getting used to it, automatically you will be like me, driving all the way to one place that you don't even know, but you know it, but it happens. Then you are going to drive because you have seen this place. I've seen this studio. I know how to go there. Okay, starter key, either GPS, which is a manual that you write down, you will end up being there. And then eventually you'll ask yourself, like, it's like, Mara succeeded. You are a champ, Mara can maintain. But if you have went and said, okay, these are the things that I'm going to do, automatically you will do it. And if you stop doing those things, lebo phelo ba bora. So winning has a formula.
It goes back to the conversation we had in the morning at Tabongs, about life as it is. That if you follow certain principles, life will be fruitful to you. Life will be meaningful to you. There's a model in this book, Jim Quick, that he actually kind of breaks it down. Right? He says mindset, it's why you believe. Motivation, it's why you should act. Method, it's how to act. And the lack of having all three.
Can you be slow with what you are saying? Jim Quick. When nobody Jim Quick in Nugget Jim Quick. So can you repeat what you are saying? Jim Quick says what?
So he's saying mindset, it's what you believe, right? And then motivation, it's why you act.
Mindset is what you believe.
Yes, what you believe.
Yeah.
And then motivation, it's why you act.
Why you act.
Yes.
What you believe, why you act.
Yes, motivation is why you act.
Yeah.
And then method, it's how you do it.
Evan, so do you think if it's only pila ke more right Jim Quick? So now Jim Quick really
No, you're coming prop, and I want Tabongzi to add onto this based on what you said, right?
Yeah,
Because you're intriguing this.
Yes, you are saying method. The method
It's
is
how you act.
how
Yes.
you act.
So Tabongs, Jim Quick in this book of Limitless, as he continues to expand more on this model that he talks about, he is actually telling us as people that if you don't have a combination of three, right, you will not go far, because of you can have the mindset, but if you don't have motivation, it results in procrastination.
Yes.
So you spoke about the principles earlier on, and how those principles actually become the result of how you live your life. From what he was talking about, from what Jim Quick's model educates about us, what are some of the things that you would say to the viewers, to someone who's listening, in terms of the principles that they need to follow, or what are those principles and where can they get it? How can they apply those principles to their lives?
That's a very important question, Thato. Thank you. Well, I'm going to quote from my own book,
Sure.
The Power of Divine Laws.
Sure.
To support the statement, Saga Jim, I will just give two things, which is success and failure.
Sure.
Both are governed by principles.
Yes.
Success and failure. Both are the results of the laws. Principles are the laws that we respect, we obey, or disobey. So what is success? Success is the results of all the laws that you have obeyed. You know, Mr. Sebelebele was talking about knowing how to get here. That's a law of driving, knowing the roads, turning on the streets, the distance and time.
Yes.
Then it's governed by that. Failure to know those principles, he will get lost, as he did the other day, where he needed to make a turn that took him an hour. So he has break the law. When he was supposed to take a turn, he passed. It's a principle. I think I'm answering you, Thato.
Yes.
And then failure is the result of disobedience. Failure, total.
Disobeying the principles.
Disobeying the principles. Example that I will take from Dr. Miles Monroe.
Yes.
He says, if you climbed a 10-story building and you are up there and you decide to say, I'm not going to go out through the door, but I'm going to go out through the window and throw myself down, and you end up dying there, who killed you?
The law of gravity.
The law of gravity. What did you do? You disobeyed
The law of
the
gravity.
law of gravity. You didn't kill by devil or God, but you were killed by the law. So, in everything that we fail, there's a law that we have broken. There's a law that we didn't obey. The law of finances, the law of marriage, the law of relationships, the law of business. Everything is governed by those principles.
Let's break it. Let's go deeper.
Before we go deeper, ne, estilo se di tengara buka brabong. So it's an agitwa ke saibali.
Exactly. They are there.
Di teng.
Yeah, I gave it to my father. My father got it, and then he opened the page, and then we got religion.
Yes.
And I was like, Buti, I wanna go again.
Yeah.
I wanna go preach. So he took the book from me. He's been reading it. I see his quotes from time to time, and yeah, he'll be posting from it, and then he'll send me. He's like, I got this from that book.
Oh man, that book, The Power of Divine Laws. Divine. They are not tangible. They are from the original, from the maker.
And that's why in fact I wanted us to go deeper into this loss. Now, like a Thato, I've never been taught to ask questions. I've never been taught to read, right?
Yes.
And everything that has been happening. Example. It has been happening just because life is happening on someone. So to a person who learning life is happening to them, what are some of these rules when we bring it now to finance, when we bring it now to relationships, when we bring it out to business? In each of these categories, what are the two main laws that you would recommend?
Well, I will recommend the first law of understanding. Because once you understand, it's easy to apply. Okay, let me bring it this way. You know, sometimes we say, hey, we need to get wisdom. What is wisdom? Wisdom is the act, like you were saying. Jim Quick was saying, the method is the act of doing.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So wisdom is the doing. Wisdom. When you say someone is wise, he's applying the laws. So we have knowledge. Sebelebele, please, we have knowledge. We have understanding. We have wisdom. 3.
Repeat that happy problems.
We have knowledge.
Sure.
We have understanding. We have wisdom.
Sure.
Knowledge, it's everything that is in the books. At school, universities, libraries, internet, Google, ChatGPT, AI, whatever, something that you can pick up and read and it gives you knowledge. Those are the principles of the. I'm just trying to give to our viewers, Thato.
Sure.
They must get knowledge. Must get knowledge. Make sure you don't break the law of reading, studying, searching, finding out, asking questions.
It's a law.
It's a law. Once you break that, you won't have understanding.
Yes. Yeah, I wonder why I work with Veli. Why I work with Veli? Not specific. So,
Not really. Ke batla gore o khone ho hatella because I know hore o tlo hatella and o tlo hopola hore okay, this is what we want to tell our viewers.
Yeah.
So once you start gathering knowledge, that's why we send our kids to school, for knowledge. It's not the babysitting place that area. It's for knowledge. They must take all the knowledge that is there from the primary knowledge that is there, they must take out. They must come with it, all of it. When they go to high school, when they go to varsity, you cannot start from primary, high school, varsity, and you come here, you don't have knowledge. It's the problem. You broke the law. You were doing nothing when you were there. You were not listening. You were not focused. So you must respect the principle of knowledge. Get the books. Build your own library. Nyana. Have 10 books nyana that you read.
This step, you are saying they must make sure they get that knowledge. Focus school go primary. Why?
Because I'm just making an example of primary because that's where we all start.
That's where my mindset is being developed.
Yes, that's where your mindset is being developed.
That's where because of the mindset is what have been happening all along. What you have been training your mind.
In fact, it starts before go primary.
Yeah.
While you are in your mother's womb,
Yes.
automatically you are gaining knowledge before you are even
Then they take you to preschool
to gather knowledge.
They
They are developing your mindset.
No, yeah, your mindset, exactly. Yes. And then once you have respect or obeyed the principle of knowledge, then you go to the principle of understanding because now you need to understand the knowledge that you are gathering. There's good knowledge and bad knowledge, unfortunately. Then you must make sure that you get the good knowledge. Then you understand that knowledge. Why you must have that knowledge. Why must I bath every morning? Why must I brush my teeth?
Because that's knowledge itself.
That's knowledge itself. And you understand why you are supposed to be doing that. Because you will give us a certain order when you come close to us, you know.
Yeah.
So knowledge tells you that you must bath.
Yeah.
You know. So once you understand, now it comes to wisdom. Wisdom is the application
Of the knowledge.
of the knowledge. That's wisdom.
You know, I'm having conversation of the things that I don't know. And I realize it's so much that I must also go back and listen to what we have said. Over and over. I create the gigabyte and try. What do we try to know? You see, what page one, he's having conversation.
And then I'm gonna book and would look at
Tsone ka moo fela tse.
Yeah.
You know, it's a mega mind. You know, our mind that no I read somewhere. It says
No, I get a book I get quote them when I went again.
He's the author.
Yeah, get the hopo. I'm the author, so it's easy for now. And even on I come ko kidi wala lang. I say I'm ko all the grind dealing ka kate in kamo booking. The thing kidi wait. Now go fatona into details.
In a high level
In
summary.
a high level summary or understand how now start to seek knowledge, you know. And then once I get that knowledge, I must understand it. And once I understand it, then I must be able to apply it. Then get khalifi.
So now
so. Wisdom, you're saying, is application.
Wisdom is the application of knowledge. That's
Your
wisdom.
code. Wala, wisdom.
And don't forget to hashtag Bogo Tapit.
Wisdom is the application of knowledge.
Yes. Yes.
so
Otherwise, why it's mara apply useless.
Yeah, otherwise it's apply and then it becomes useless. For an
We
example,
we've been doing stuff.
Yes.
We know so much. We even still keep on searching, like we're wondering, but no one is applying and nothing is happening
yes.
and that is also a failure. So it's a failure
because
of
we are breaking the law.
you're breaking the law.
Yes.
And then now you start falling behind.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then it goes back to mindset.
Now you see, now
You need to reset your mind.
like you see, you can look at me. I'm learning again. I'm studying. So he says, "It's in give a press." Plus, so he says, "Give a press." Get out. Says, "Give a taken sack." Must remember one or and we might underestimate. Now we are doing this mainly. Hey, the viewers, they want what, but actually we are the ones who are benefiting more.
Yes.
Because when you talk about something, you said it earlier on, repetitive. When you are repeating things over and over, when you're learning, like right now as we are learning, we're talking about this. When you explain something, a concept to the next person, you understand it better because of you've read it, you've listened to it, you've processed it, and now comprehension it. Now, when you pass it on to the next person, it becomes an added value. It becomes a plus because of now you need to explain it in a way that the next person is going to be able to understand it.
Actually, that's a cheat code. Ne? It's a cheat code. So combine.
Yeah.
Now, there are two ways of learning. You can go and research. You can go and do whatever associates are. But the best study that one must do without gathering all this knowledge, because you can gather. But at the end of the day, the Bible, what has happened before will happen again. So there's nothing new under the sun.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
So the best thing that one can do is study self. And if you can study yourself and master yourself, I think life becomes better because you tend to understand your environment. You tend to understand what's happening. And if you master yourself, you can master everything. The challenge is we are so scared of ourselves. We don't even want to be critical with ourselves. We end up wanting to correct others, wanting to fix others, those who are close to us. But the real hack is to study self. Or why did I do this? Why do I behave like this? Why is it that when I'm coming here, I rely on something or I miss this 10 and that? And what is it that I'm doing wrong? Why did on Friday, I didn't sleep. I slept around 2 because of I wanted to control the next day. Is it fear or wanting to be in control or not wanting to be ashamed?
There's a TikTok video that I saw of a young kid, very young. They asked him, "Okay, give us the word of the day." They said, "I'll give you one word: solitude." They asked him, "What is it?" Right? But solitude in a person can bring the beast out of a person. But expand. He says, when you are able to understand, like you're saying right now, understand yourself, understand who you are, operate and function very well in private. When you come in public, you become a beast because of people don't know the processes that you followed when you were alone.
Yeah.
People don't know what is it that you built on. People also don't know what is it that you were tackling onto yourself. And to bring this again to the model earlier, yeah, Jim Quick, it comes down to frustration. Because our frustration, it's you can have mindset, no, you can have motivation. Remember, motivation is why you act. But if you have a motivation, but you don't have a method of how you're going to do it, you can be inspired now. We want to be inspired, or be pumped, or be charged. But if it's not a method of how you're going to do it, you're going to be frustrated when you hit a wall.
So you're saying method of Jim Quick. So if I can come up with a method work, I'll explain it away. Wherever you're going to speak, you're going to say method here.
Yeah, Captain.
Ay. No, it's a video. Utlele brabong sa ringa masay hashtag brabongs.
Yeah.
So if I give you find a module,
Yeah.
and then utlong kuta so.
Sure, Sebelebele.
Then now you know what's on Jim Quick.
Sure, Sebelebele. Sure. So, would you guys say the people that are not able to be alone can be inspired, can have that motivation, but if they don't know how to go about it, they will end up becoming frustrated as well.
So when you say with that question and being alone and everything, you mentioned solitude. So solitude means being alone.
Yeah, being alone, being in a space is how breaking yourself down alone, building yourself alone, and then coming out. Because what you do comes out actually now in public.
Okay, I get soft touch. I don't want to break myself being alone. Okay, so being alone, I'm saying you can also be alone and build yourself up.
Yes.
Why? Because if you start, and I've done it, guys, the reason why I pick up, if you break yourself up, you are going to depression. You would like to hobas.
Sure.
Yeah, it's a deep better because of I don't want. Guys, there are people who goes into depression intentionally because of they want to feel a pain that they must never and ever do what they've done or be where they have been. Why? Because they then sit and say, I mean, this situation is so painful. And then for you to go back, it's like beating yourself, where you are going to search deep down. You continue beating yourself so bad to a point others don't come back in that state of depression, and you lose weight and you do everything. So when you go in there in solitude, that's my advice. Mara when you go really depressed. And there's also good. there's something good about depression that we pick up when having that conversation.
Yes.
So be kind to yourself. Put yourself to depression. Others can go there. That's strong. I've done it. You depression when you break yourself, but sometimes build yourself. Be nice. Remember the good things that you have done in that solitude of yours, right? The good thing about depression, whether economic depression or personal depression, is that after any depression, we have a point of everything. It's like everything is everywhere, everything crashes, and then you are starting from point zero. And when you are starting from point zero with what you know, it's easy to go back quickly, right? Similarly, in terms of the economy, look at after each and every economic depression, people become millionaires, people do what? Because of now is reset. As an individual, after being through depression, is from that point, you are now have gathered everything to one place. And going back to wherever you want to go is easy because you are going to make few mistakes.
So that wants to bring you in, and I like his bringing it on this conversation. So there's a post still and I was saying, for you to be able to comfort the next person, you need to have walked the journey. You need to have walked the pain. You need to have been in that person's shoes, because of then you'll not be able to comfort the next person if you don't know the journey that person walked. And I like how he explains it nicely. Ka recession. Recession, we would be struggling, would be there, would see things for what they are. But then you'll be able then to bring yourself up. For a person that has been able to go through such an immense pain in a manner to translate that pain and use it as a skill to comfort others. If they're struggling to move out of that pain, what are some of the questions you think they should ask themselves in terms of applying the principles that you've spoke about, applying the rules of life that we've spoken about, not to consistently be living in that pain? How can you bring yourself out?
Some of the first question you should ask yourself is, who am I? That's the first question to
Sure.
bring yourself. Once you can answer the question of who am I, the next question will be, why am I here? And if you can find out why you are here, then after you have answered who am I and why am I here, and it's a matter of you have find your identity, and then the next thing is, why am I here? There are things that you need to do, which is your mindset, developing your mindset positive, because we're asking from a point of negativity or things which are not good. If you find a purpose, why you are here is, who am I will give you identity. Why am I here to give you purpose? And then then how do you become a person of value in terms of giving back? Because of now you'll start enjoying life because you are fulfilling your purpose. Because I believe, and we all know that we are all here to experience and also serve another purpose. But we don't want to experience from a point of pain. Yeah.
Wow. Yes,
That was profound.
Yeah, I think now I can invite you to my mentorship sessions.
That was profound.
You
No,
must-
that was deep.
That was very deep.
So what you get from me, there are two things, Brabongs, and let me take this opportunity
Yes,
to
sir.
introduce myself.
Yes, sir.
Or again, na manke blind.
Yes, sir.
Right. So from the experiences of life, I've became an advisor. And I've always find out, Ohore, I always want to get people. Like, I love people, right?
Sure.
Yes, I love people, but and also it also frustrates me to see people not being the best version of themselves. But if you cannot know, as myself, if I could not know that I love people and I love to give them advice, then you will do it excessively. You will give people advice that they have never asked. Again. But then I realized that, okay, there's this thing that I really love. What is it that I can do? Right? Then can I help people to become the best version of themselves? And with that, can I then make money out of it? Well, how do I become person of value to their life? And,
Sure.
and while I'm doing that, what I love, and how can I make money? Right? So hence I decided to be a personal and business advisor on the information, the knowledge that I know. Ne? And then eventually I tend to be a coach. I went and started being a coach because I've coached myself through others, and others have went to ask them, because one of the things that I've never had a privilege is somebody saying, William, come, I want to coach you.
Sure.
I went and searched and want to be a coach, right? And with coaching, it have taught me a skill of not advising, being able to ask relevant questions, because the aim is not for me to recreate myself. The aim is to bring the best out of the person. And you can only do that by helping them to understand or see themselves and seeing a possibility in their life. So from now on, when you see me, I'm a coach, I'm a mentor, and I'm an advisor. And number two, because of Kerata Chelet,
Sure.
a consultant.
Sure.
Yeah. That's like
Sure. Sure.
That's powerful, Sebelebele. Thank you so much, man. To pick up from where you left in terms of why and how, those are powerful lines. And I will add by saying, if your why is strong enough, your how becomes easy. If your why must I do this? Why must I become self-aware of who am I? Why? And then your how, every day you will go through the things that you love, things that makes you sad, things that makes you happy, the things that you enjoy. So your why is important, because you want to understand yourself. Then the how part, it becomes easy because now you get into spaces and doing things that reveals the real you, right? And then to add on my perspective on what you were asking on why people are so scared of, or you said why people it becomes hard, difficult for them to share what they've gone through. That's what you said, right?
Yes.
For an example.
So the idea was people become great comforters
Okay.
from their personal
Experiences.
experiences. But some people can be great comforters. I can see you like, yeah, but Mkapteni is a great motivational speaker. But I don't know the challenges, the battles that he's having. Kamamrao. And Lena is not able, he doesn't. Okay, look, you can be a great motivator and still be having challenges. And because of you're having these challenges in the background, you continue to becoming this great challenger. The challenging question he asked me on the call Friday night was, why would you wanna continue being in that struggling phase, to be seen as a person that is comforting Gamontle? And I wanted to bring it out here to say, for a person that is like that continues to be struggling, but being seen as a great motivator, being seen as a great comforter, what do you say to that person?
That one is easy, Thato. I serve my Lord, Jesus Christ is my King. If you look at what he was going through
Yes.
behind the scenes
Yes.
and what he was delivering in front of the people, it's exactly what you're asking. He was really crying. At some point where he was about to face the cross, he prayed, and the Bible says he even sweat blood to see that this person was going through such a difficult,
Intense pain.
and path. But he couldn't show that to his disciples because his disciples believe that he's our master. And he's our teacher. We are learning from him. Imagine your teacher comes weak and crying. You lose hope. That is why you find most people who are going through difficult times, they don't like to show it in front of the other people.
But don't you think by showing that pain, it can bring some form of comfort to the person that will be going through that pain at that time?
Takes wisdom.
Yeah, it takes wisdom.
It takes wisdom because
And there's
not
a way
everyone,
of showing it.
Yeah, and not everyone can take the pain from a leader.
Yeah.
Others, it will crush
Destroy
them,
them.
destroy them,
Yes.
or make them wanting to solve it while they don't have capability.
Yeah, and to add on that, let's just bring alcohol. Apostle Paul teaches that there's nothing wrong with alcohol. But remember, we still have baby Christians here who are still trying to find their way within the belief. And then if they see their leader drunkard, what are they going to do? They're going to do it even worse.
Ish.
You see?
Ish.
So now it's good that we are talking about the Lord Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm just bringing this an
No,
example.
wait.
It is a great example. It's a great leader.
No.
Yeah.
Why did you be sensitive?
I'm sensitive.
Why
No,
they
we
were
just
sensitive?
edit.
Okay,
We
I
continue.
follow Christianity. I'm saying Christian.
Amen.
But I'm different nyana. Right? Because of more about the mindset and the what. I'm learning those things. And I've seen a belief it's a system where we are creating systems, right? Whether you follow religion, whether you follow Muslim, whether you follow what you are come from. And that's another thing. That is another topic, another conversations, which is not relevant for me, right? And so why I'm asking this question, and I must be very careful because so that I don't tint myself as if I'm shaking in terms of belief. Jesus Christ is not staying, asaliting. Utlile muntu re bolela mo beile motho a le teng, right? Don't want to lost my
Yes.
I'm just.
beile motho a tlile mo beile modimo a tlile mo lefatsheng mo
Yeah.
a tlile o tlo re bontsha example to that greatest effort why it's saying persistence and rules and what it's because of the word of God is within the Bible. And you know why I'm saying this is because of I'm declaring more camerang. I'm going to have conversations with different people. We are all God. And then hopefully this can change. I believe. So next time, because of the way you ask questions, the way you can facilitate conversations, these people are watching. You are a talent. Yeah, you are a talent. You are a talent.
Sure.
Same applies to talent.
Sure.
Talent.
Yeah.
Right? You probably gonna do this for living or whatever is your choice.
Yeah.
Kgopela o ntirele favor one. Sa re jikela ka fa. Wara ke sa ya le ko conversation tsela. Akana enka conversation.
Charity begins at home.
Can we continue giving back? This is our way of giving back, guys.
Sure.
How big we are and how big we're going to be. Now I'm going to be in platforms
Sure.
where I'm going to talk about all these things. And my reasons for believing in Christianity is because I believe there's a supernatural power or above everything, above our human forms, above what we know, the systems, about the Quran, about Bible. And what makes sense to me is Christianity, because of how can somebody comes and sacrifice himself so bad, and then even if he's no longer there, we still it's because we acknowledge and we have seen this have never been a great sacrifice. There is no book which makes more sense than this one, which have ancient history, ancient what. Even we know that is not complete.
Yeah.
It's what,
Yeah.
right? So
You're right. It's really, you're right.
do we know that people like Jim Quick, people like Thato Veli, people like Bongani Mtombeni, people like William Sebelebele, there will be people who are quoting us, calling us, like Jesus Christ the King, my personal Lord and Savior.
Yeah.
He is, I don't doubt, he's the
Sure.
King,
Amen.
right? Because he's the Son of God.
Yes.
I will a Bible, it's a source of strength and
Yeah.
wisdom, right?
Sure.
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 But do we know that when you are at this age, having this mic, having a belief system, there are people who watches you and follow you and believe in what you are saying, that tomorrow they will say, my king, because the books have been written about you.
Sure.
And if you don't do what is right, and we know what is right, is to equip and build humility, right? And if we start doing that, and we know, because of with that power, the more you are elevated, then you just start forgetting the responsibility of the people who are looking at you. And you know why we quote Jesus Christ, Christianity makes sense? It's because of when somebody who has power, a person who cries until they have tears of blood, we have so much power to influence and manipulate people and start war, because Christ didn't to me.
Yeah.
So why would he sacrifice himself for the benefit of others? Why would he cry alone in protecting his disciples? That's a powerful mindset. If we believe that there's mindset that we must work on.
Let me quote Advocate Muzi C. Kakani. In one of his teachings, he shared, they were in Santon. He said the law didn't start by lawyers, advocates, judges. The law that we are applying, using today, that builds humanity, that makes sense, that makes every part of living a better place, was taken from the Bible. The Bible is the first book that gives the law. The law doesn't come from the constitution of any country that we see today. But those constitutions that
Governs
they've
us.
managed to develop, they have adopted it from the Bible.
You know what I like about you, Brabongs? The spiritual element, your spiritual element, you can have conversation with everyone without judgment, without what. Why can't we leave all these things, Mara?
That's a very excellent question.
Like, why can't we leave? Why can't we leave? Why can't you mutu ilingaka, mutu ile mo profeta, mutu ile mo ruti, with all these differences and respect one another, like respect of saying that's who you are, that's what you believe in. It's guys, if you believe in this world without a belief system, who are you? Because what we are doing now, we are creating our own belief system. Who comes here Sunday in fact? I to record this thing and Brabong sa mahala over
I like how you bring this out, right? Like this other video, I don't know what church is that, but he was talking to his congregation to say, listen, people, why rona as re le mazalwane, right? We are the first ones to go and attack Mopostola for using water. Mzetsisi for berekisa letswai. We are the ones that go attack them. But you'll never find Mzetsisi coming to question Mzalwano, but I know why are you guys doing things. Come holiday tangate. So I'm reminded by the tiki what you just said now, Hore. Why are people not able to understand the spiritual side and be able to live with people freely and be able to engage with people freely? Oh, please happy Jim Quick. He's saying, Are ongaba le method.
Replace Jim.
No, he's busy with his book.
He's busy with it. No, I don't know. Replace. Give man Jim Quick.
I think it's from Japan.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's
Jim
from
Quick must
Japan.
have conversation with you.
Yeah,
He must have conversation with Jim Quick. He must know.
No, he's a public speaker.
No, I know. I'm just saying, he must know or he's having influence if you are watching Quick.
So he's saying you can have the method, but if method is in a mindset, it's a self-sabotage. Because how do you act? What's not a belief system? What do you believe in?
You believe in what you tell yourself. What you tell yourself is still a belief. You can't live without a belief system. Whatever you tell yourself, it's a belief.
The question is, how do you, or if it's a belief system, how is it built? What is its own foundation? Right? Because honestly speaking,
But now, so Sebelebele, remember, the belief system is different from religion.
yes.
Yeah. So let's not confuse the two.
No.
Yeah, because religion is something. Someone or one of our viewers might think that when we say believe, we're talking about religion.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
No, let's differentiate it, and then we'll come back to what you wanted to say.
Yeah.
Yes, let's differentiate. Religion, king.
A religion is a man-made, straightforward, nothing else. It's a man-made system that was developed by a human being, made for his niche market, and tell them about their gods that is there, and then they must believe in that.
Yes.
Then it's a religion.
I like that. I remember Regna. That's how I'm laughing like this. But okay. Okay, it's man-made. That's a religion.
No, you must talk about that Regna, because it's a story of Christians and barbarians fighting. and then that movie shows something so that the Christians came and did something. And I'm a Christian. I follow Christianity baby.
Yeah.
So it must not be society to from the truth protect.
No, I'm not getting into that. I'm not getting into that. All I'm saying, okay, religion it's man-made. And then belief, it's what you believe. It's what you tell yourself. You wanted to say something. Okay, feel it now.
You know, out of all these things, belief systems and what, they are governed by one thing, which are values. Right? Values. And now we are questioning because, and we speak mainly because of the religion that we are aware of, which is Christianity.
Sure.
We never have time to go and study others, which we must have conversation with such people out of respect, not to prove who's right or wrong. Eh? Conversation as an argument. Maybe that I must do on my personal thing. Confused. So if we can say it, whatever belief system you have, and then have something that governs it, which is values, level all the industries, level the taxis, level everything. There's life, underground life, and everything. People have values. Their values, it says, more seriously, one of our rules is that secret. If you break these secrets or privacy, then you're out. Others, they out depending on how you're out from our circle. Others, they take you out literally, like out. Yeah, God. We know what's happening, guys. We see people shooting. Somebody something. Wrong. Right?
Sure.
You have breaking one of the values.
Sure.
So as an individual, you must have your belief system and then associate yourself or from a group of people who have values and respect those values.
Sure.
And then at the same time, when you have a conversation with somebody who have a belief system or have a system, with your values that you have, if respect is one of them, you'll be able to say, no, out of respect, no, I cannot do what you do because it's against my values.
True. We
And
explain
then
the
that was
beef.
sharp.
Yeah, no, sharp. We fed it.
Mm.
Yeah, values. We need to really think of them because they play such a vital role.
We are having these social issues, economical issues. The biggest problem that we have is because people do not have values.
They skip in and out of values, or they don't have. They are non-existent.
No,
They are there,
that
but
is why you will leave a certain church.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, let's not say church, religion.
Religion.
Yeah, that is why you will leave a certain religion and go to another religion because of the values.
The values. Our society, we are anchors now is because of we are tackling these social issues. Why? Because of we have lost our values. Kids nowadays, we have lost the aspect of respect. Oh, guys, you know how to build a value. To build a value, if respect is one of your values. That thing was to build a value, you must make sure whether a good value, a bad value. And that thing, once you have it within you, you will never change out of it. Schools, are they values anymore? No values. Okay, raya ba ruta book, ra crema, and then AI, information overflow. Everything is just too much, right? But what are the systems that builds values? Is there sports? What are the rules and the values of sports? You know, all those things, teamwork. Now, in ruta motolo tshwana le nna feletse di value. Hey, come on. Aye.
Well,
We are dealing with, you know, when you deal with wanting to change or dealing society, let's go back from Matomo. Where did we all go wrong? We are having a problem of mindset. You know, people are killing themselves, not only killing, like literally hanging themselves. Like people are dying. So this person is going. If you don't believe or there is hell, who goes through hell, we are through hell. Why? Because of a society, we are no longer kind. If being kind is one of your value, if respect is one of your value, you'll also respect another person. You will respect a woman. You will respect. You are not going to impregnate a person and then immediately because of, I can't say you are a coward. I only the value. I only the value. Now, creating a human being, the most secret thing, you pay la. Like,
I don't know, not pill every day.
Pile sharp.
Sharp,
The
not bothered.
economic issues, get social. Let go economic issues, spanning. We are in organizations. You are asked to do simple things. Do your task because in fact, we are creating this platform which is going to feed all of us. We are creating system for ourselves, right? But because of we don't even have values, you steal time. In fact, you are a thief. I respect that brand. You are not contributing to the team. You are not doing what you are supposed to do. Even when others are doing what they are supposed to do, on a problem because when they do what's supposed to do, but affect our o feel better. Oh, naki abereka oh abereka naki bereki. And then hexa bereki oh ba go bale problem kalbala roto batlo bonoro o abereka naki bereki. Guys, why we wake up and go to such places. And at the end of the day, there are people who have a problem with poverty. Right? Me, you know, economic and social issues, talk about these things, you're wasting time. But sometimes it falls in the right ears. Talking about them, just talking about them, not doing anything is a problem. I get a conversation.
Yes,
We have emotions.
Yes.
I have emotional intelligence. It's just that, why we send that thing?
Inspired. Sure.
My brother, ke coach ke advice ke what ke a bona re dimano blind ka ntwe so. Re ka mo thusa etsa so. Re ka mo register la etsa so. Re ka mo builder etsa so. What you must do is one thing. Do what you are good at. So sa se itseng se tlohelle somebody wa se etsang.
Do not want to compete with that.
Competition is something else. We must compete in the right things. Let's samaro gym or compete. Compete ka the wrong things ke problem. Now we are building this thing, right? Now we anchors conversations. We are breaking away from anchors conversation. We are building this thing. And then instead of me doing my part, respecting Nagwa, how I respect Brabong, say respect everything, I don't do my part. But let me go back to what I'm saying. Then dog. Like wakawate.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
Wakawate, in fact, it's associates. It's a skate, right? If you do not respect the laws of that, according to Brabong's Barry, you are affecting the whole thing. Now,
The whole system.
the whole system. And I've asked you, I want you to help me to be cutthroat. Cutthroat is to say, I am a businessman, or I'm a consultant, entrepreneur or entrepreneur. I want to do this for the benefit of who? How many people? If I say I love people, which means I must decide. If you get about where now because of what you are doing, or
Sure.
I get.
Sure.
We are having these issues. Tomorrow ba o koba ko mmerekong o tshwara ke stress, ha o sa kgona ho tlhokomela, o sa kgona ho etsahala, then you start back instead of taking accountability to abuse mosadi, you abuse bana, o abuse everything. These things are intertwined. Choose your struggle. Hurrying creates a ceiling right. It's painful.
Choose your struggle. Wow. Bon, twar. Choose your struggle. Because you start here. No. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying great conversations. There's nothing as stimulating as sitting around great minds that are able to articulate an issue and take you on a journey on how, if this issue fails here, it's going to, tumble down to the other areas of your life. It's going to start affecting you in other areas of your life. So this issue will be a disease. It will start to attack your body cells now. And body cells, I'm talking about other areas, other relationships that you might have. And that's actually
and
in a
you must
nutshell
take
what
it
you just
out.
did.
And you must take it out. Whatever frustration, you must take it out. Whether you must take it out in a little replicable effect. You don't respect the law, you don't respect the rules, then a human being is an animal without rules and values. We are all animals. We are spiritual beings. We're just being created above other animals.
Sure.
So the thing is, we are created in God's image because He is a spirit. We are also spirit covered in a woman's body, right? So whether you are a mini God, you are a mini God.
Yes.
Who has superior power or tshwana le batho ba bang. Now, without values and all those principles, you are an animal. Ne? So, go for practical example. If you are in corporate working or something, and something happens to you, life stop, everything, the responsibility, your reaction is going to be what? You must eat, you must feed, you are going to steal. You are going to do things that you are not supposed to. We are going to kill others because you must survive. Because we are animals. We are animals. Because of we are animals, we survive. And animal instincts comes, and then conscience dies. Done. And that's other thing, which is the economical, robbing and everything. And you must respect. We grew up in these people. They have fed us. They have protected us. They even loved us because we respected them. Ne? And we have never judged them. Others, because of it's a sense. Based on the values and principles that we have. Now, that's system affecting everyone else. In fact, the same effect comes to you. Because if you fail as an individual, you start as an animal, you start eating yourself inside, you are going to lose weight, you are going to sometimes abuse and those are results of what's eating you inside. And if you go deep down, you are responsible because 20% of what or 10% of what happens in your life, you don't have a choice. But 80% we are going to react.
Because this is a disease that's
It is a disease. It is a disease, and disease must only not happen in your body only. Disease also happens in everything. We are emphatically fast. The world is burning now. So guys, it's honest.
So it's interesting. Tabongs, he says we are animals, and then as we are animals, if we are not governed by rules, we would resort to our animal instinct. We would kill our consciousness, it will be dead. The Bible says that if a thief breaks in your house to come get what they need and eat, that is not a sin. He came for sustenance. But if they go beyond that, it's wrong.
What if I wake up?
And he kills you.
I'm fed.
Oh, and now you're gonna kill.
You try to get me. Komara Jara.
Going to kill each
Wait,
other.
but
Who's
now
going to kill who then?
Why I understand. Then the ripple effect. What's a no more?
yeah.
So I remember tshwantse balance. Bible e balance le di-consequences. So motho o tlo tsena na re ke tlo mo tlohela.
But if he explains to you that I'm a brother, ke na le bana, ba tshwere
Wa o
ke
sa
tlala,
kgopela.
ne ke re ke tlo nka fela
Wa o
modimo
sa
mo preaching.
kgopela o tseya selo se seng sa hao. Ya se sa hao. Wa o sa kgopela. Wa o sa
Sure.
tsene hore ke kgopela mmereko.
Mm.
You see, everything says interpreting on a Bible,
Yeah.
it means one thing. One thing. But you can use it to do anything. It means it's a book for growth, for govern, for happiness and love. It preaches all those things so that we live in harmony. But if you take that just a script and the Bible says, that's one, without reading why the Bible was saying all those things, we are not going to skill. We are going to skill because that's what the Bible said.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bible says life is useless, so useless, like chasing a wind from north to south. And you'll treat life like that.
Yeah, you remember Thato, in the morning when we spoke, I said to you, now I love putting context
Yes.
in each and every script.
Yes.
Yeah, putting context is putting understanding of where is this script coming from, why it is written like this, and what does it mean, and how does it apply to me now, and how did it apply to them then?
Yes.
Yes.
Unlike taking one line or one script, one verse out of the whole context and then wanting to now preach only on one verse. It makes no sense.
And direct it to something else. It doesn't make sense because now remember the scripts that we are reading today were actually written for them and then us and those who are coming behind us.
Okay, so I think we should be passionate about what we do. We should show emotions, but there are rules. Ne?
Yes.
And also understand. So because if you operate from the point of understanding, which you can or the knowledge, understanding, the wisdom, and then when you apply those things, no one is perfect. You can say it's a pause, it's unnecessary. Ne? And everything according to Prabong's Bible, every game in the rules are thing, the laws are thing, then when we must apply them. And also speak from a point of understanding. A perfect, I can't say perfect, and this covers the social issues. Ne? If you see a man abusing like as if better babangi financial, right? And babangi emotion, babangi everything. And it's because of these things that comes out from Kobon. And really men. But the same thing, when you see a woman does the very same thing, is because something had happened Kobon. Banyaka outlet, right?
Yes.
And we also have a responsibility and this is I'm speaking to coaches, mentors, advisors. Remember that it took time for a person to develop this pattern and this behavior and these things. And when you start dealing with such people, because when you are a coach, you are dealing with the mind. Something says sabonahaling. You need to understand, you must have patience. If bana ba hao ba thoma ba hodisa sa le ba banyane ba ruta dilo. That's why re koba le sa le mietso. He setsa a lemo tlo ba boima because you want to use form.
Yeah.
But if you then understand le wena hore dilo tseo hore o kgone ho di etsa, it's so much time. We'll have patience to one another. Well, you know what? These things I'm just asking hore, when we have values, when we have patience, when you have all these things, let's just be kind, man. And being kind doesn't mean hore at my own expense. That doesn't mean if I say nakeratabat, which means I cannot say, hey, Nalo enarapalana mfethu I feel that or I'll always be forgiving.
Sure.
And then if I say naki respect about to values ya or respect, you know why I respect? Because I can disrespect. Okay.
Sure.
Naki khono tella ke rohane o ska tshepa.
Sure.
Right, which is something so loro batho ba se itse bile ba se bone le ko ntlong ba ka le mfethu. I grew up. If you wanna know the type of a person I am, go and check the environment. And when I say I am, that's not me. That was what was developed and God did. Again, within that was what I was exposed to. But I had a great mother who teaches these values of saying you must respect. But why about a teacher? Because he knew he was raising a woman being who probably an animal too, right?
Because of also the environment.
The environment that we
are.
are.
Sure.
So it's not an excuse for when raw, you must disrespect people and do what.
Because of you can.
Yeah, because you can, because of you are exposed to that, you can still come out of that place waba better, waba sharp. Babang, they've never been exposed to what. They were not lucky enough for Swanalere. When we are busy with this mentorship program, when we are giving back, when we are coaching, when we are at work, right? Let's understand who you are at a position, higher position, or a position, power, or work to make the next person better, right? But not at the expense of others.
Abdin, that was packed, that was profound. Tabongs, if anyone was listening to this amazing conversation, if they forget everything that was said, what is one thing that you'd say they must follow or remember?
Well, for now, it's success is the results of the laws that you obey, and failure is the results of the laws that you disobey.
Thank you.
That's my message to them.
Thank you. What about you, Captain?
Yeah, I'm going to get less column.
I think won't long with him.
Yeah, no, I'll try no. Now my advice is, in everything that you go through, try to see the positive. What are the lessons? Why am I here? What is it that I can do? Whether it's you are depressed or depression, just know that you are actually in a good point to let go of everything and start, because of every time. And starting is a new opportunity to get better. Yeah, just have a positive mindset, a growth mindset. In growth mindset, positive mindset is mainly to say, just try to see the good in whatever you face.
Thank you so much. For me, to you viewers, is that if ever you want to grow, if ever you want to challenge yourself, if ever you want to move past the point that you are in currently in your life, is to not fight to keep your limitations. Move past your limitations. Because if you keep fighting to keep your limitations, you will keep them. You'll stay where you are. You will not be able to challenge yourself. You'll not be able to ask questions that needs to be asked. You'll not be able to challenge yourself to transform to the person that you intended to become. And hopefully next time when we speak, next time when we have a conversation, I think we need to elaborate and start thinking about capability that people have, capability versus potential. Because a lot of us, we are pregnant with potential, and we go to grave without ever giving birth to that potential.
We are right, and I agree.
Sure.
We are not expect, guys. Right, tooth.
Sure.
We tooth abang bala we etsa dilo tso sotlhe, right tooth.
Sure.
Ra kgopela, guys, and we need people who can come and have conversation with us as a form of giving back, because telling their stories, because we need people who we have mind, like we need people who are there to have conversations so that we can also help the nation. Why? It's because today I wake up, first thing, phone. Hey, put a phone, 15 minutes. Hey man, I've been on too long on this thing. Then I realized that I'm doing what we are all doing, but what is it? So can we also give back in information and positive mindset and share this conversation so that whoever is addicted to this thing can also learn. Wabona, it's a form of learning. Wabona,
I like yeah, no, I liked it. Captain, thank you so much. That was so profound. Tabongs, thank you so much for for collaboration. That was quite profound, and yeah, no, this was awesome. Thank you so much for your time, and yeah, back to you.
To Anchor's Conversations, we talk real issues, discussing life, success, and failure. Join the conversation, and we together we inspire the next generation.